Good morning, my name is Anne. I'm a student at CIC Higher Education, currently pursuing MBA in accounting. And for this course, as part of the course completion, we're having a project, and it's titled CIC Entrepreneurs Playbook from Student to CEO. So it's basically a project that challenges students to become entrepreneurs after finishing their MBA program. And in this project, we are supposed to do a podcast, and we are grateful and lucky to have our guest today. And good morning, Betty. Welcome to this podcast.
Thank you so much, Anne, for having me.
Okay, Betty, could you please give us a brief introduction about yourself?
So my name is Betty. I'm the director and the operations manager at Grace International Dandenong branch, currently dealing with education and migration services for international students.
Thank you so much, Betty. Once again, thank you so much for having you in this podcast. Could you please tell us your background on how you scaled through your business?
Scaling through, I'm still navigating. Business is up and down. A lot of changes happen every day. But probably I would just share for the purpose of this how I transition and how I have grown in the last few years. So I have a nursing education background, or a critical care nurse. So where I have worked in intensive care as a nurse in Australia for the last 7 years. In the last, from 4 years ago, I transitioned into nursing education, and from there I went into basically education services to serve the community, because it was an area of need that I couldn't run away from. And so started this business out of passion of helping people, and it's been challenging, but I am here, and I have grown over the last few years. Actually, I was working from home and receiving a few calls a day, to currently being in an office in Dandenong. So it's been it's been a big success to transition to that. Of course, a lot of hard work, but it's grown through relationships, meeting the right people who have mentored me and encouraged me into doing what I do today.
Wow, that's so encouraging.
Yeah.
So Betty, are there any challenges you faced, and what success have you achieved so far when running your business?
Yes, so I've faced a lot of challenges. First of all, I don't have an MBA, so I'm a nurse background. I'm a people's person. I'm a person who was grown as a nurse, so basically helping people, and that is how I got into this business. So the challenges I've faced in my day-to-day is business operation skills, which I have had to self-learn. Things like accounting, marketing, I've had to really dig deep into how do I really get this, and how do I make this formal, and how do I make this grow, because I was just doing initially just to help. So those were the biggest challenges, really, to get my systems established for it to work. Apart from, of course, balancing family, entrepreneurial life in Australia, and actually making the decision to do this on full-time scale. So those are the challenges that I faced, and but it's been overcome by surrounding myself with the right people who are supportive, who believe in the dream, who believe in what I do. And also this is from other businesses and also from individual levels. So I haven't gotten here by myself. Very many people have supported me, just sending me kind words. I have failed also. I've had like terrible failures. I haven't been perfect. I've done some things that have been wrong, but it is through being mentored and being told, stay away from this, do this, that has really helped me. And also a lot of reading, self-research has really guided me also to make the best decision.
I'd say that's very encouraging, having transitioned from home working to a small office,
Yeah.
and now the bigger office at Grace International Dadenham.
Yeah.
Could you please tell us how many students you've helped successfully to maybe get what they want, get visas, and maybe transition to the next level where they want to be?
Look, from last year, I handled around over 53 students, to be precise, both here and in Kenya. So that's actually a number that made me think, okay, fine. If I really put this into perspective and focus, I will get better results. So those are the number of students, and the number is growing, and that is just those that actually became business. Some people I missed their call. Some people they started and dropped off because of bad communication, which has been my biggest weakness. And I can't say I'm perfect yet. I'm still working on it. Just handling the phone and everything has been a challenge, but I am really trying to get on top of that.
That's again so much encouraging. Then Betty, what advice would you give to someone who wants to start their entrepreneur journey?
First of all, it's good to do something that you like. It's got to be something that you love to do. You can't, people go, what's the easiest thing that I can do that can give money? If everyone could look for the easiest, then there is nothing easy and there is nothing hard. If I may say, I don't know the best ones, but if you do something that you really like, then it's going to succeed whichever way. It may go through some challenges, but it will succeed if you continue to be persistent, if you focus. And it is something that, like I've wanted to come out of migration and do something else, but when people call me and then when I see the transformation, like someone gets visa and they come from Kenya and they are a little girl and they just like, like Australia is cold, especially now in winter, people arrive and they are really feeling out of place. They want to go back home and they get a visa, their whole family is excited, but the person comes here and they feel like, oh my God, I want to go back home. Give them 1 year. This person is saying, okay, Betty, I'm in Maya, what perfume should I get you? And you're going and you meet them, they are driving, they are navigating the traffic. So Melbourne, they are busy with their lives and the families are happy. I also get my motivation from families back home when they tell me the transformations they are getting from just having their family member here. And that has been the most addictive thing for me, the life transformation, the impact. The service that I give, it doesn't only impact one person, it impacts the family, it impacts the community, it impacts villages, and that has been the most thing. So you got to love what you do. It's got to be something that runs in your blood, and then whatever the challenges will come, you'll find answers because it pulsates with your blood pumping. You got to love it. So I love education, and I love the migration bit of it. I can't separate the two, and I love the impact. So you got to love what you do.
Okay, thank you so much, Betty, for the podcast. It's been very informative and very challenging at the same time, especially for young entrepreneurs and students who are coming up to start their entrepreneur journey. And thank you so much for the transformation you are having, for the positive impact you are having to the international students and the bigger community in Melbourne. And thank you so much for having you. And wow, that's so encouraging, Betty. And it's also so interesting to hear that you transitioned from a nursing background to running a business so well. So if I could ask you, what did you self-learn when starting the business? And you said you started from home, like you were working from home, then you moved to working to an office space. So how did you transition from working from home into an office space? And also, I believe being a CEO, you have employees in your office. So you could also tell us how many employees you have and the financial challenges maybe you went through from transitioning from home working to office working, and also the kind of finances and everything.
Wow, that's a big one. That's actually a big one. So as I said, I started working from home, and I used to divide my days from because being a nurse, so some days I could work in hospital, and then the other days I could purposely just focus on the business and receiving calls and responding to emails. And then as time went by, the pressure was too much. I'm getting ready to go to work, people are calling, and I'm like, I started having conflicted feeling, like, how can I be leaving my clients to go to work, you know? But then again, I still need money to pay the bills and do everything, and the business is calling. So it came to a point where I had to make the decision. Yeah, it was tough. Yes, the financial aspect of it is also a big thing. So I had to figure out, how do I balance this car? So like the paying of the bills and getting the business to pay the bills as well. So that was a very difficult one, and it wasn't a clear path. So I had to trials working from home full time and not and concentrating on the business, and see how much return it gave, but vis-a-vis dividing my attention, because while I was at work, I was missing a lot of clients calls. So I went through that for a little bit, and then I made a little bit of money that I could see that it could pay for the bills for 1 or 2 months. So then it gave me courage to, okay, let me just hack it, and like talking to a few people, and I'm like, that's it, I go to get an office space. And then also, as I continue to network, then I have people who say they want to come to the office, and I can't invite people to home every day, and people don't feel safe doing Zoom calls all the time and phone calls, and sometimes you miss a phone call and you miss an important client, things like that. So I thought, this is it. And I have guests, I have institutions who want to come and visit me as an agent, and oh my god, do I invite them to the kitchen? No, I can't invite them to the kitchen. So it had to be formal. So I was actually pushed out of my comfort zone, and then I had to find an office. Of course, I found a little small corner, and that is where I started. And that time I was calling myself Nomadity, actually. Found myself a small little corner, and I stayed there for 4 months. And then as I was actually scaling it up and trying to set up all the departments of the business, which you would understand better, setting up marketing, I need an accountant, I need staff. I realized this is even an ocean. How do I even swim in this while I'm learning my swimming skills? And then I wasn't working alone. Of course, in business you can never be alone. You just have to have relationships. So while I was in that, I was collaborating with other agents, and so I got to partner with Grace, and I got in as one of the directors, and so that also gave me a boost in capital, in everything actually. So in systems for the business, and that elevated me and gave me a bit of relief, other than having to think through everything by myself. So that I got a big backing, and enabled me to take a bigger space as well. So from March this year, we took up a bigger space, and I transitioned from having 1 employee to now having 4 employees. So that's been those are the challenges that I had, and that is the growth that has happened in the last few months.